Hi, this is the 10-minute or so preview of the Dave Longley Breakfast Show. It's not a 10-minute podcast that just ends abruptly. The full episode is on Patreon, which you can sign up to for just £2 a month. That's 50 pence an episode. The reason it's on Patreon is so that people can't complain. You've got some skin in the game. It's a bit out there and we will upset people. So if you're paying for it, that means you're on board, you know what's going, and it supports the podcast. So sign up, get involved, and you get loads of exclusive stuff. We're doing cartoons now. Get involved. Thank you. I love you.
In Derbyshire and East Staffordshire, BBC Radio Derby. Start your day right with Dave Longley and HIV positive vibes. He's up with the sun, he's feeling alive. One pill a day and he's ready to thrive. His immune system's solid, his energy's high. He's undetectable, no need to deny. Toast in the toaster, kettle on the boil. Dave's on the air, bringing laughter and spoil. He's sharp, he's warm, he's living out loud. Dave Longley in the morning, steady and proud. Da-da-da, Dave Longley, no stigma, just strength, just positive vibes. Da-da-da, Dave Longley, no stigma, just strength, just positive vibes.
Good morning. Welcome to the Dave Longley Breakfast Show. We are the beating heart of all things Derbyshire, making sure that you get your day started the right way. Travel, news, weather and commentary live from BBC Radio Derby. That's right, it's the Dave Longley Breakfast Show. And on today's show, we are talking Beavers, live and exclusive coverage of the release back into the wild of a select number of beavers. Yes, here at BBC Radio Derby, we have Beaver fever, and we do not want a cure. Erewash Valley is the place to be, and in just under an hour's time is the time. You have the time and you have the place, but if you can't make it, you can catch all the events here on BBC Radio Derby. Beavers back in Derbyshire and back in Erewash. It's an exciting time, and I want to hear from you about your thoughts on beavers being released back into the wild. Do the National Trust have it right? Are beavers to be trusted? I want to hear from you, so drop a comment on the Facebook page or call in and maybe I'll talk to you about beavers. But before any of that, we need to make sure that you can get to where you want to go with minimal disruption. So let's go over and get your travel news.
BBC Radio Derby Travel News.
That's right, it's travel time, and as expected, lots of congestion on the A610 as people try and get to witness the reintroduction of beavers in Erewash Valley. Lots and lots of beaver fans clamouring to witness this once-in-a-lifetime spectacle, making it tricky to get past the A610. People in laybys with signs saying honk if you love beaver are also causing disruption, with several near misses due to excessive honking. So if you do love beavers, express your enthusiasm for it in a more responsible fashion, please. In Chesterfield, there are delays in the town centre because there are protests regarding the opening of a new halal butcher shop. Local residents are furious and demanding that all talk no pork be closed down immediately, citing hygiene as well as animal welfare concerns. Proprietor Mukhtar Ahmadinejad released a statement saying, I've not even opened it, so how can it be unhygienic? Once these inbred spackers have tasted my turkey bacon, all will be well, which didn't exactly help things and caused several protesters to pelt the shop with delicious streaky bacon. So if you are heading to Chesterfield Town Centre, I would avoid it if you can. And in Derby City Centre, There is congestion as your mum is gnawing on a giant piece of wood, trying to draw attention from the Beaver release in Erewash. Anything they can do, your mum thinks she can do better, but your mum's tusks are designed more for fighting other walruses rather than gnawing on logs. That is all your travel for today. We have lots to talk about and lots to think about, and when it comes to habitat, the environment and conservation, we need to chat to an expert on these matters, someone who knows a thing or two about conservation. So let's go over to the Opinion Cow. Opinion Cow, good morning. It's great to have you back on the show after last week's spectacular return. So, Opinion Cow, beavers. Oh, grow up, Opinion Cow. Come on, let's not be childish. This is important for the area. I'm well aware of the dual meaning. I thought we'd be able to, move past this, if you will. Oh, so you can make a joke, but I can't. Look, if you're going to be a prick about it, you can bollocks. What? What do you mean, speaking of pricks, that Adam guy on Instagram can fuck off? Who is this Adam? Well, he doesn't have to like you. Not everybody's going to like you, Opinion Cow. I'm sure Adam is a nice man and he's entitled to not like you. It's a free country. How am I supposed to know if he's Jewish? I can't just ask someone if they're Jewish. I don't even know what he looks like. How will I know he's going to look rich? Oh, do you know what? Opinion Cow, thank you for your time. That was Opinion Cow there. And speaking of opinions, let's go over to the Facebook page and get your opinions on beavers. Megan in Burton has written, whenever I hear the word beavers, I think back to that glorious time I had as a little girl, playing with all of my white friends, doing sewing and learning to tie knots. Then a load of brownies joined and ruined it. Thank you, Megan, for that comment. Michael in Simpfin has written, how much fucking money have we spent on these fucking beavers? I hear they're Eurasian, which proves yet again that we'd rather spend money on foreigners than our homeless veterans. Send these goofy cunts back to Eurasia, I say. Thank you, Michael, for that comment. Joyce in Littleover has posted on the Facebook page, I feel very uncomfortable referring to them as beavers. It's like saying they're releasing mingers back into the wild. I know we have cocks and pussies, and there are seabirds called boobies and shags, but beaver feels too far. It's like saying they're releasing some Eurasian beef curtains back into the wild. How can I look my daughter in the eye and be excited for what might as well be the release of fannies? Thank you, Joyce, for that immature, ridiculous comment. And the final comment for now reads, I hope they release a family of beavers into the wild so that we get to see a beaver pup playing solo in the wild. There is nothing more in this world that I enjoy watching than a young, solitary beaver playing with itself. That comment there from Tom Binns. Tom, thank you for your comment.
In Derbyshire and East Staffordshire, BBC Radio Derby.
Right, before we head over to our live coverage of the Beaver release, we need to find out what is going on in the world. So let's head over and get some news headlines from the indescribable, indispensable, and intolerant Monty Astor.
From the BBC News Centre in Derby, this is the headlines with Monty Astor.
Good morning, Gurgit. How is the cricket, old boy? I can't hear you. Well, actually, I can't see you. Gurgit? Gurgit? Where is he? Where's Gurgit gone? Oh my God, does he know the news is about to start? Does he know it's about to begin? I mean, Red. I know his life's gone off the rails now. And he's struggling after what happened, and I respected him for it. I said to him, Gurgit, I really respect a man that can hold his hand up in the air and say I was wrong. I did wrong. Despite the fact I thought to some degree he was bullied into it by the British public. But I respected him for holding his hand up, saying I'm wrong, hand on heart. He said he was wrong for what he said to his brother. His life's really gone off the rails. But what I can't respect is not showing up here where you're supposed to be, on time, and making sure the news goes out. The British public need to be informed. And here he is, gallivanting about town, no doubt off his tits on drugs somewhere, some kind of Asian drug, whatever they chew over there, that kind of thing, spitting on the street, picking another man's ear, or whatever it is he's doing. Maybe he's off giving a Deliveroo, maybe he's doing something like that, I don't know. But he should be here, and it's disgusting that he's not. I can't believe this, in all my years of journalism. I've been a journalist for over 30 years. In all my time, I've never had anything quite so unprofessional happen, People be where they need to be, and they say what they're going to do. And when they say they're going to do it, they bloody do it, Unless, of course, something happens in which they can't do it. But you know what I mean. But Gurgin should have let us know. I can't believe I'm having to do this without him. It normally goes so swimmingly as well. He's really left me out on the lurch here. These Indian people, they can be very selfish when they need to be, they're all about, they're all about family and whatnot, but when it comes to real family in the workplace, they'll completely ignore that. Goes out the window. No, dear, well, I will have some strongly worded letter, is what I'll be writing to my good friend William, to tell him what has happened with Gurgin. And mark my words, Gurgin, if you're listening right now, you better be under some bloody rubble or something, under the front wheel of a car, because there's no excuse for this, Gurgin, and I won't accept it. Right, well, I suppose we'll do some bloody headlines, won't we? Okay, new research has shown that the reason Gen Z is off sex is because most people now have less energy than their parents. I can't bloody believe this. This Generation Z, I'm a little bit tired to procreate. This is the problem with these people. Lazy. I look at Gurgin. He must be, I don't know what age he is. Asian people, I don't know, especially the South Asian people. There's only three kinds, isn't there? Children, young people, and old people. There's no in between. I don't know what age he is. But these young people, they shirk off. Not only are they shirking off work, they're shirking off sex now. They're not drinking. They're not doing drugs anymore. They've really been ruined. These dating apps and social media dominating the romance, and they're not interested in having sex. This is the problem. They're saying they're too exhausted, and if you ask me, it's excuses. Is what happened. They're being controlled by the Chinese with their TikTok and whatnot. They're very boring. Sitting there scrolling around, trying to find out what kind of mental illness they have, what sort of excuse they're going to come up with to not show up to work. Like Gurgin here, my friend Gurgin hasn't showed up. Did you know that, Raymond? Did you know Gurgin hasn't showed up? It's disgraceful. I really can't believe the professionalism of that man. Out the bloody window. And he should apologize on air to me when I see him. And I tell you this now. Oh, Gurgin. There you are. Where have you been?
You should be on the road. You should be already at Erevash Valley. You've got some bloody beavers to look for.
Yes,
you've got to be watching the beavers and doing
right.
the broadcast.
Yes, we are. Oh, my God, Gurgin. I can't believe you forgot to tell me.
Let us get a fucking move on.
We must get to the car. Raymond, get the car running. We must go to Erewash Valley.
Where you go?
No time for chit-chat, Gurgin. We must get there.
Where you go? What about me? I'll get the bus, shall I?
In Derbyshire and East Staffordshire, BBC Radio Derby.
That was Monty Astor there. Not sure what's occurred. What? Okay, well, Monty's supposed to be doing the live Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay. What we can do in the meantime, while we sort that out, is there's a history of beavers in Derbyshire. We could talk about that history now. In Derbyshire in particular, at Radio Derby, beavers have always played a role, and that role was mostly carried out by the original host of the original Radio Derby breakfast show, a gentleman called Hugo Montgomery III. So what we're going to do now is have a little trip down memory lane, going all the way back to 1947, and we're going to listen to Hugo Montgomery III chat to Willie Fiddler about beavers. We're going to do this while I find out what the fuck is going on with Monty and the live broadcast. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the time machine that is BBC Radio Derby.
The empire is strong, so we sing this song. The sun never sets, so let's place our bets. It's Hugo Montgomery III in the morning with breakfast, jam on toast and a nice cup of hot tea.
Now, listeners may remember we had a rather talented Negro jazz musician on several months ago now. He's back on tour in Blighty. It's a pleasure to welcome back Willie Fiddler. Willie, can you hear me?
What's happening, Hugo?
Hello.
It's Willie Fiddler.
Hello, Willie. Great to hear from you. I must say, I've missed your spirited use of language. It's quite fetching. I do enjoy it. I hope you can replicate some of that today.
Oh, what's crack-a-lackin', Hugo? How you doing?
Crack-a-lackin', that is fun. Do you have crackers in America?
We certainly do. We have a lot of crackers.
Right, yes. And do you have them with cheese?
I believe they eat cheese, yeah. They're a big fan of the cheese.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's what gets them in the end, you know? The diabetes.
Wonderful stuff. Well, welcome back to Blighty. You're on tour, and I believe it's to coincide with a new album.
That's right. I'm back on tour in the UK, and I swung by Derby here. So I thought I'd give the radio show that launched my career in the UK a little call up. My old friend Hugo.
Well, I'm sorry, Willie. I don't want to stop you. I was just going to say that is wonderful.
Oh, I love it, Hugo. I love your enthusiasm for what I do.
Well,
and I've got my new album out called Beaver Girl.
Beaver Girl. Well, wow, this is... How fortuitous. I did see it was called Beaver Girl. I don't know if you know this, Willie. I'm trying to bring beavers back to Derbyshire. This is something I'm very passionate about, and we have been looking to, generate interest, because people, we've gone so long without beavers in Derbyshire. It's almost as though people don't care anymore.
You must forgive me for a second, Hugo, if my ears are correct. You telling me there's no beavers in Derbyshire?
No, I mean, there's no beavers in the UK, but Derbyshire it's ripe for beavers. It's so the habitat is so perfect for beavers, and I miss beavers. I am a huge fan of beavers, and seeing your record, I thought we could have I don't know, there's this new term that I've been looking at in my marketing materials for the BBC. It's called synergy, and if we can combine activism with music, it's a new way of doing things.
Yeah, I dig you, Hugo. I'm not sure what you're talking about, though, because I'm sure I've seen plenty of beavers since I've been back in the UK.
No, I mean, it may be an otter, but beavers, they've not been native to Derbyshire for quite a while, and you know they used to hunt them to great extent. But I love beavers. What's your album about?
Well, the title track is named after my first love, Beaver Rogers. She was a singer she was a backing singer for my band for a while there. We split up, but the reason she was called Beaver Rogers is because whenever she pulled her pants down, you'd say, damn. And that was due to her beaver. So we nicknamed her Beaver Rogers.
Right.
However, the problem with Beaver Rogers, Hugo, was the fact that she liked to put it about a bit, you know.
So this is about a beaver, yes?
Yeah, it's about my first love, Beaver Rogers. I'll play it for you now, Hugo.
Oh, wonderful.
Beaver girl, where you at? Let me come and stroke that cat. You keep it neat, you keep it clean. It's the best I've ever seen. You've kept it trim, you've let it grow. Reminds me of a microphone. Cause when I speak into the flap, I hear my voice, it echoes back. You tasty fresh and you don't smell. But come on girl, you wild as hell. You nice and wet, there's even tides. But mine, it just don't touch the sides.
This brings us to the end of the preview. If you would like to listen to the whole episode, which includes FGM of the Week, Monty Astor reading the news headlines, extra conversations, adverts, jokes, everything you want from a podcast that isn't just two cunts talking, sign up to the Patreon. £2 a month is the entry level. It might go up to £3 in the new year, so get involved now while the price is low. Please, I love you.
In Derbyshire.